Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the shop at Oldridge Farm. Now you'll notice we got a T6 running here and two others over there. The reason this guy's running is we want to start off by getting rid of the weights, because seeing as we're playing on an OEB map, I think it's only right that we use the OEB weights. Now I do have I don't have tab disabled, but I'm gonna do my best not to accidentally hit it. If I do hit it, it's by accident. The only time I will definitely hit it is at the start of an episode, just to get to a vehicle. And that to be off screen. But yes, I will not be tabbing in this series. I will be I will have to get a lowboy trailer very quickly, among some other things. So let's get rid of these weights. And I do have exactly the same vehicles and things that I ended up Bjornholm with, so let's go get another couple of things that I want to sell. The reverse there apparently. So we're going to get rid of the Marshall trailers, which seems like a very strange decision, because these are good trailers and they do fit with the map. There's a reason. There's always a reason. And I'll get to it in a moment. I'm also probably going to get rid of the bale wagon. I do have the round baler down at the farm at the moment as a temporary measure, but I will probably swap that out for a square baler in the nearish future. So we are starting off at 351,000 euro. I forgot to change the currency to pounds. Well, 351,000 euros. Britain has accepted the euro. It's an alternate reality now. What else do I want to get rid of? The bale trailer can stay temporarily. Okay, it's time to start buying things. And the first thing we're going to buy is a tipper, of course. And, oh. Well, looks like I have the IT Runner DLC. Decided to get it to see what it's like, and honestly, it's quite good. So we're going to have to buy the hook lift base, and we're going to get it in blue. And we're also going to get the grain container, also in blue. And the reason we're getting those two items in New Holland blue, yes, it is New Holland blue. The reason we're getting the two of these is I forgot to get other things. I'm starting off as I mean to continue. We need to get 3 OEB weights. In fact, we'll only get 2. And we need to get a semi-trailer. We only have a small harvester at the moment, so we'll get this one, also in blue. And we need to go to dollies and get the EA dolly. So now we can move our things. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse around here and try to pick up the weight. There's a reason I'm only using one New Holland, that's because it's easier. It's easier than using multiple ones. I think between this and the John Deere that I've already parked back up at the farm, and I did tap around to get this all set up so to this point. Between this and the John Deere at the farm, this is good. This is good. I moved everything between these two tractors, and I've managed to get stuck. Now I'm going to try not to reset vehicles if I can. Okay, let's get more weight on the front wheels. And that's why the OEB weight is good. I have unintentionally proven the worth of a weight. So this is kind of still a bit of a setup situation, but I figured I'd swap out these things on screen so that you know why they've suddenly appeared. And you don't accuse me of cheating somehow. Back a bit more. There we go. And we bring that up. So we're going to bring this over to one of the two fields that are already seeded up. Now, seeing as this is Oldridge, I'm going to do my best, if I can, to stay on the road system. And just for funsies, driving cab a bit more. Seeing as this is Oldridge, there are new crops, like the alfalfa crop you just saw there on field 1, I think it was. They're new crops and new features. And one of the rules that I'm going to implement for myself, and this is just a bit of a for fun rule that isn't really going to be enforced particularly harshly, is that I'm only going to make seeds, because you can make seeds on this map, out of... I'm only gonna make seeds out of soybeans. So let's just drop the trailer here. The reason I got this big trailer is that eventually, as in the next harvesting cycle, I'm gonna have both of these fields with the same crop. Just drop that. Fold this back up. Okay, so I'm going to leave the trailer itself over here somewhere. I'm going to try not to drive through the hedges as well. The trailer's going to stay there. And we're going to go back to the shop now, because I want to get rid of both of the other New Hollands and get one more tractor. Do I want to get one more tractor? Yes, I do want to get one more tractor. I'm going to get rid of both the New Hollands and buy in a powerful tractor. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to buy in a powerful tractor. I'm going to buy Big X. Or Big M. Sorry, not the Big X. I'm going to buy in a Big M. And I've gone the wrong way. I'm going to buy a Big M. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, or weren't aware, the Big M in Ireland and the UK is road legal. So it does not fall under the lowboy rule. So I can drive the Big M around the map if I so wish. I'm only going to be using it for mowing, and I'm not going to abuse that the legality of it. So, also I need to pick up the lowboy because I need to bring the harvester into the field in a moment. So let's get that. How heavy is the weight actually? Heavy enough. So we're going to have a cacophony of New Hollands in a moment, and I apologise for that. Now the joy is that I'm not having frame rate issues on the map so far, which I usually do, or I have done when I was testing it out anyway, and playing on a separate save game. Even setting this map up, I had some frame rate issues, which I'm gonna guess came from the sheer amount of vehicles I had. So these two New Hollands are going away now, and the New Holland Symphony Orchestra is up and running, and now it's going to be weekend. So I wonder, can I buy both? First off, I'm gonna get the Big M. And now we'll check. I don't think I've got enough. Didn't have enough in the first place. So we got the Big M, and I think I'm gonna get a second John Deere. This time with front hydraulics. So, what we're gonna do now is suffer from some frame rate issues and forget where my hand is. What we're going to do now is go over and pick up the lowboy so that we can pick up the harvester. I think there's some issues with the header trailer I have at the moment. It is the in-game one, but the header keeps falling off on me, which isn't exactly the best thing in the world. Where's the hitch? I completely missed the hitch. That's amazing. I'm gonna see if I can finagle this into place. Down, courseplay. Oh, please don't tell me this hitch won't work. Oh, would help if I had that selected as well. Please don't tell me the hitch won't work, because that is issues. Yeah, how long have we been going? 11 minutes, and we've done essentially nothing so far. Good start. So, let's see if we can get this into position. Has to work this time, yes. Good. So here's where the fun begins, because I'm absolutely atrocious at backing up these trailers. This kind of trailer, I'm going to bring it off this side here. And if you didn't already guess, the size of the map itself is going to be an issue with this trailer. The tightness of the roads. But it's a rule that you guys have made for me, so I'm obliged to keep it. Much and all as I'd like to ignore it, I'm obliged by my own sense of sanity to keep it. So, let's see, where's the entrance to the farm? Over here. Wonderful. Will this thing even fit? This is something I haven't tested, so this could be fun. Oh, it will fit, never mind. Now I know the harvester is parked up over here, I think? Yep, over there. So there's only one way in there. Wonderful. This is going to catch on something, I'm sure of it. I should have parked the harvester somewhere else. Okay, we're good. We're good. So you can see the harvester there. Got a nice little wash station set up over here. So I could have, if I wanted to, brought the vehicles.xml over from Bjornholm, just copied and pasted it in here. But what I did was I edited the money up to like 6 million. Bought all the vehicles and went from there. So let's get the harvester onto the lowboy, and hopefully by the end of this episode we'll be harvesting. I do have the multi-fruit mod enabled, well, installed and enabled, so we can use this to cut pretty much anything on the map. It won't cut potatoes, sugar beets or corn, obviously. Oh, does this even fit? Oh my god, I bought the wrong lowboy. I bought the wrong lowboy, that's amazing. So, oh, there is a second way in. Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something I don't normally do, and just get rid of, just buy in the second one in blue and sell off the other one directly, because I deserve to lose money for that mistake. So let's get back to the shop where I can pick up the correct lowboy. I know I could drive the harvester literally across the road, but Rules are rules, and I'm going to abide by them, even if it means it's a bit silly. So, yeah, we're going to try to go big on this map. And I know I could probably buy another field if I really wanted to, but I think I'm going to avoid that for the time being. I want to get the animals up and running sharpish if I can. And yes, this is the lowboy I needed. The new issue is whether or not this will actually fit through the gates. I know it definitely won't fit into one field that I already own. I'm going to guess a few of you have played Old Ridge already, but you own fields 8 and 9 as well as the 2 unmarked communal fields. So, field... one of the 2 that you already own, you have to go through this narrow laneway to get to. And this lowboy will not fit. I know that for a fact. I'm not even sure if the harvester will fit through there, so I may have to drive through a fence at some point, or drive through a hedge, not a fence. So let's go around down here and then turn here, so we can get the harvester out of the farmyard. Oh, that's wonderful. The dolly continues. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderfully helpful. So we're going to go in this way and hope that the trailer will fit through here. It will, but I've taken the corner a bit too tight. In this series of Farming Simulator, I try desperately to get something to fit where it will not fit. Okay, so that's just not going to work apparently. And I think I've managed to get myself stuck. Nope, I haven't. Good. So, plan B is to bring it up to this entrance over here and try and spin it around in as small space as possible. Okay, so we need it to be backing there. And that'll do. So I'm going to continue this episode. I know we're almost 20 minutes now already. I'm going to continue this episode until we actually get some harvesting done. So let's get back into that harvester. We've got some frame rate issues now. Probably because of the lowboy mod, I guess. Let's just check. No. Okay. So let's get the harvester up here. Try to center it a bit more, because the way that it was is a bit worrying. Okay, so that'll do. So let's bring the tail of the low loader up and hopefully get into the field with the harvester. Now I could, in theory, abandon it at the edge of this, the end of this roadway, and I may have to do that for some other fields, but I'm going to bring it the whole way in this time, if I can. And the New Holland is not liking this punishment. So let's let the tail plane down now and wipe out the thing. So I'm gonna turn that off because we need to get the harvester off the trailer now, which is probably going to be easier than getting it on. Yep. And now we're going to stop the harvester and run over to the farm. Because if you didn't notice, I don't have a header here yet. And the header is on a John Deere. And over here. Oh, it's not actually attached, is it? No. I could have brought the New Holland over. Oh well. My John Deere front loader is gonna roll in triumphantly with the header. Hopefully. If it'll go forward. Sometimes to go forwards you have to go backwards. And frame rate issue. That header is moving. The header is moving. This. I may have to swap out for a different harvester just because this header trailer isn't working very well. Oh well, we'll try and get into the field for this harvest and try and get. And the header's fallen off the trailer. Wonderful. John Deere can stay there for a minute. Well, for a while. There's no traffic on this map, by the way, so I'm not holding up traffic. I would be in reality, but I'm not in the map. So let's get the header, which is conveniently fallen so that I don't have to go out onto the road. Let's get the header out of the hedge here. And let us start harvesting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up auto combine, turn it on, active side, left, yep, whoops, we brought up courseplay as well, and we're going to hire a worker. Oh, we have to hit the hire worker button. You have to turn off this. Auto steer on. Hire worker. Hire worker. Oh. That explains a lot. So now we should be able to. Going with auto combine. Yes, it is. Wondrous. So now the harvest is started officially. We're going to grab the John Deere and we're going to bring it in off the road. And I think on that note that we're now actually being productive, I'm going to end the episode and start recording a second one for reasons. So I'm going to put the header trailer in the wall. I'm going to put the header trailer in over here. The turning circle on this John Deere is really nice. So I can cut almost a 90-degree angle. There we go. And I'm gonna go over here, and I know I can drive through one of these two buildings. I think it's this one. Yeah, collisions were taken off this building because it's the bale sell point. So I'm gonna pick up a round baler and bring it over to the field and then end the episode. So I'm going to start finishing up here now by saying I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Old Ridge Farm. Please comment, like, subscribe and all that nonsense. It does mean a lot to me and I do appreciate it. And I do read all the comments as well. And by the way, if you've got your subscription set up public, I've probably looked at your YouTube profile. I like to do that. I like to be a bit creepy. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching once again. And goodbye.